know when you talked to Walker Buehler, you were just saying the importance that you've seen in him, and it's the days when he pitches and not just throwing the ball. What did you see from him today? And I guess also if you just take us to the moment, bases loaded, no outs, and getting out of that situation.
Well, I just think today was one of those days that he just didn't have his full arsenal. The cutter wasn't finishing. The breaking ball was really good at times. Other times it kind of just rolled. The changeup didn't have feel for it today. But fortunately, when he needed it, the fastball was huge. And that was, that fifth inning, bases loaded, to get a couple punch outs there. The ground ball off the bat of Walker. Obviously, you saw the emotion right there because he was grinding today. And fortunately, our guys got a lead. We gave it up, but then we tacked on with the JT homer, and Walker was going to not give up that lead. And so that's what great pitchers do.
What have you seen recently from Justin and the adjustments that he's made at the plate zone at T3? How have you seen the food be beneficial in his at-bats?
I don't really, I can't really speak to the adjustments he was made mechanically. That's with the hitting guys, but I do know that he's on time a lot more. The ball's on the barrel, whether he is just missing it for hard contact or a deep fly ball or even a foul ball. Like, he's on the barrel, he's on time, and that was a really good at bat. Davies kept going change up, and then he left the ball out over and big homer. So, but you know what you're going to get with Justin in the sense that he's going to be prepared. He's going to compete every at bat. Doesn't give anything away.
How much better do you feel now than a week ago when things were a little...
Oh man, we put ourselves in a little hole. Started this homestand, so we found a way to salvage a homestand, and credit to everybody. There was no panic, and came back and won a game against a good Phillies team playing good baseball, and a team that just beat us in a series. And to win 4 games and to play 4 games in X amount of hours, man, it's tough. But no one complained, wavered, and collectively we got it done. Really fun to watch.
Walker was talking about trying to find his fastball again. I mean, how much has he sort of been searching for that in the last month or so, and how much was encouraging to see him be able to go to it there?
It was really encouraging, and I think specifically with Walker and his fastball, it's the ball that just has that late life and then that life at the end, and where now you're seeing some balls put in play, maybe some foul balls, but when it's right, there's that swing and miss. So I thought today, there was a handful of fastballs that was, in my recollection, his real fastball.
I think a lot of pitchers, when you talk to them about like a diminished fastball, or that the stuff isn't quite the same, they have to get pretty sensitive about it. He was just in here right now saying, yeah, the velocity, not just the velocity, but also the movement. The fact that he's kind of being able to kind of look at that so objectively, how much comfort does that give you, I guess?
It does, and I think that the smart players, the ones that are really self-aware, makes them even better. And I think that it's not arm strength, it's not age or anything like that. It's just with his delivery and how the characteristics of his fastball, he understands that. And when he's not spinning the baseball the right way, you're not going to get the results you want. So it's really nice when you have a talented player as well as a guy who really understands what he's trying to do.
He's had to rely so much on the secondaries this year, especially as a result of not having that fastball. Is that going to benefit him if he does sort of find that fastball?
It is, because I think that if you don't have the number one the way you want to have it, you got to still find ways to get guys out, work them in and out, front to back. And yeah, I mean, the cutter is something that he likes to throw a lot, but now introducing the curveball and the changeup, I think it makes him more of a complete pitcher. And when he gets that fastball, he's going to get back to dominating.
You look at his numbers-wise, he's got 4 or 5 wins with a low ERA. Is it standard just so high that we're being kind of critical of, or he doesn't feel right, but you wouldn't know it?
No, I think so, but I don't think Walker would expect anything less. I think he expects more of himself. So, to not have your stuff and to kind of grind against a team that you just faced, call it 7-10 days ago, and to go 5 innings and give up 2 runs and give your team a chance to win as a floor outing, pretty dang good.
How big of a weapon can that version David Price kind of be for you guys?
It was huge. You know, we haven't had David for quite some time, but to come in and get out of that big spot where Gratterall wasn't as sharp today, the punch, I think it was Rojas, and then go out there and give us the 1+ to bridge us to Huddy. You know, David's a veteran guy. You trust him out there, and he gets lefties out, righties out, and getting him back was big.
You guys have a bunch of really good players offensively, but when your starter kind of starts swinging the bat the way that they are at the top, does it maybe relax the rest of the guys, 5, 6, 7, 8, in the lineup to kind of just go out there and just produce?
You know what? I hope so. But the guys at the top of the order, they're there for a reason. But honestly, our guys all throughout the lineup could be top end guys in any lineup. I think we have the deepest lineup in baseball, and it's just nice to see that. You know, Gavin is taking really good at bats. I think Cody's starting to come to life now, and you know, CT's kind of hanging in there. Will Smith, I think, is swinging better than his line score. So Muncie's on the come a little bit too. So yeah, when you get those guys at the top, I think right now offensively, you know, in this week span, this is as good as we've swung the bats, I think, as a whole.
So you got Justin, who is hitting with a low average, but he can still change a game like he did today, and he's done.
Yeah, and I think the thing is with batting average, it can be misleading because he's leading our team in runs batted in, and you know, the object of the game is to score more than the other team. And so Justin, regardless of his batting average, he still doesn't give it away at bats. He sees pitches, he'll take his walks, and he can drive in a run, and it's important. Thanks, guys.